It's amazing when you look around, and I'm going to get to the book and what you revealed about this company, what they're making, their product. But it is amazing when you look around you and you realize how much of your privacy you've already sacrificed to live in the modern world. We know that Facebook and the social media companies are tracking everything about us. And even now, like when you try to opt out of cookies or anything like that, it's so hard. They make you jump through so many things. And your email address gets sold to so many companies. And every day you get a new email from you didn't ask for, and then to unsubscribe, like they want you to enter your email to unsubscribe. You're like, wait a minute, is this a dummy account? Who am I doing a relationship with now? There's just, I complained on the show a couple months ago about, I was trying to buy a coat in Chicago, and the woman was like, what's your email address? I'm like, why do you need to know that? Just give me here's my credit card. It works. Give me that and give me the receipt. Nope. Need your email address. We had an argument, just at every turn. Even we have Life 360 on our phones, right? So like you can see your kids now that two of my kids have phones. Well, Doug and I went on it. Okay, fine. They can see where I am on Life 360. Did you know if you press something on Life 360, you can go back and see every single spot you've visited over the last 30 days at least? It's all right there. Like your entire life. It's very disconcerting the amount of privacy we've already sacrificed.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of benefits, right, that have come from the way that we live today. The fact that with our, smartphones, you can land anywhere in the world and you can call an Uber, you can figure out which restaurants to eat at. Technology has benefited us in many ways, but increasingly there's this kind of constant, background data collection, and it's not always being used in ways that benefit us. There's these apps on your phones. They have third-party, ad networks that are keeping track of where you're going and creating that same kind of list of places you've been that you've seen created by Life 360 in an app that you have chosen to use. And so I that's what I kind of try to track in my journalism is, what is happening, how is the data being collected, who is using it, and when is it being used in ways that really harm you? Because that's what I get concerned about is, what's the harm here? How is this coming back to haunt people? And how can we prevent those kinds of uses of the technology?
So that's the perfect setup for Clearview AI, this company that you found out about and wrote an article about, wrote a book about. And really, they've given you a lot of access. So, they tried to prevent it at first, but ultimately they submitted because they realized it's not great to not cooperate with the New York Times when they're doing an in-depth piece on you. And this company is emblematic of everything we just discussed. They're doing some stuff that is great, that most people would say, right on, go get them. We need a lot more just like this. But this has the potential to, and is most likely going to, veer into a lane that many of us would find very disturbing. So let's start with your initial encounter with this company and what kind of turned you on to them and their initial stiff arming of you.
Yeah, so it started for me in the fall of 2019. I had just become a reporter at the New York Times, and I got a tip from a source, somebody I knew from the privacy security world, who had been doing public records requests to police departments about what facial recognition tools they were using. And he'd gotten this 26-page PDF back from the Atlanta Police Department, and it included a legal memo written by Paul Clement, a very high-profile lawyer, now in private practice, but used to be Solicitor General
under George W. Bush.
Exactly. And he was describing this tool called Clearview, how it had, billions of photos at that point that had been scraped from the internet, without anyone's consent, to build this facial recognition tool where you could take a photo of somebody, a stranger, upload it to the app, and it would return all the other places on the internet where their photo appeared, revealing, their name, their social media profiles, maybe details about their life, maybe photos they didn't even know were on the internet. He said he had tested it with, lawyers at his firm. It returned very fast and accurate results. And it had scraped Facebook, Instagram, Venmo, LinkedIn, basically all your favorite social media sites, as well as kind of the wider web. And he had written this legal memo for police departments who might be interested in using it to reassure them that they could use the app without violating any state or federal privacy laws. And I am reading this and I am just astounded. I mean, I've been covering privacy at that point for more than 10 years, and I had never heard of the kind of technology that could do this. And it was being offered by this company I had never heard of before called Clearview AI. And the more I started looking into them, the stranger it got.
So just as an overarching theme, they're using what you refer to as one's face print. People are familiar with fingerprints and generally would be reluctant to place their fingerprints online as a record associated with them. You wouldn't want that out there. They're familiar with an iris scan, also seems very intrusive. But a face print is also existent on every person. And while, yes, your face can be seen in various photos, your face print would be much more widely and easily detected by this technology. And it will collect photos of you that you didn't even know existed, half photos, 3/4 photos. You're in the background on something, not even posing. It's extremely sophisticated and good at what it does. And you make the point in the book that the people who put this company together, they're not some geniuses, that this has been considered and rejected by all the big, basically, tech companies who are already out there collecting our data. But this was a bridge too far for all of them.
Yeah, I mean, when I first started looking into Clearview AI, there was very little out there about them. They'd kind of taken pains to hide who was behind the company, which was ironic given that they were putting all this information out there about all of us. I reached out to them. I reached out to Paul Clement. I reached out to anyone I could find kind of attached to the company, and no one would respond to me. So I thought, well, maybe I even actually had an address on their website, and it was only a couple blocks away from the New York Times office in Manhattan. And I walked over there and discovered that there was no such address. I was kind of looking for it. I compare it in the book to Harry Potter, because I was like looking for a platform that wasn't there. So they were very secretive when I first discovered them. And so I went to police officers who I thought had used the app based on it kind of showing up on budgets, or because they were appearing in these public records requests. And I ended up talking to a financial crimes detective in Gainesville, Florida, named Nick Ferrara. And he was telling me, wow, I love Clearview AI. I would be their spokesman if I could. The tool works so well. It's way more powerful than anything I've ever used before. He said that he had a pile of unsolved cases on his desk. He'd run them through the state recognition, facial recognition system in Florida, not gotten any matches. And so run them through Clearview AI. And he said, I got match after match after match. He said it was really incredible. And so I said, well, this sounds great. I'd love to see how it works. And he said, well, send me your photo and then I'll screenshot the results for you and send them your way. So I sent him my photo. And then he ghosted me and he stopped responding to any of my messages. This basically happened again with another officer, though before he stopped talking to me, he did run my photo and he said I didn't have any results, which we both thought was very strange because I have a lot of photos on the internet. Eventually, I'd find out that Clearview AI had put an alert on my face so that they were being notified when I was being searched for. They were reaching out to these officers and saying, don't talk to her. You're violating the terms of our app by running her picture. And so this was alarming to me because it showed me that this company could, see who law enforcement was searching for, could control whether they could be found. And it just shows the power of facial recognition technology, this idea that you can be searched for. There can be an alert on your face and people might be reacting to you and you might not even realize it. And we kind of have seen that play out at Madison Square Garden, where James Dolan, the owner of Madison Square Garden, decided to start looking for he decided he wanted to ban certain people from coming into his venues. lawyers who had sued, Madison Square Garden or any of their other companies. And so they went to their law firm websites and scraped their photos, from their own biographies on their websites and created this big ban list. And when those lawyers tried to go to Madison Square Garden to see a Knicks game or the Rockettes at Radio City Music Hall or Mariah Carey concert, they would be stopped at the door and turned away and told, you're not welcome here until your firm, drops this suit or settles this suit, where the suit comes to an end. And so it just shows you how powerful this technology could be in the hands of corporations, for example, companies who want to know who you are the minute you're walking through the door.
The Megyn Kelly Show is supported by Grand Canyon University. Founded in 1949, GCU is a private Christian university that's dedicated to delivering an affordable and transformative higher education. Their vibrant campus is located in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. And according to niche.com, it's ranked a top 25 best campus in the country. As of June 2023, GCU also offers 270 of its 330 academic programs online, which allows you the freedom to earn your degree on your time from wherever you are. At GCU, your degree, whether it's a bachelor's, master's, or doctorate, integrates the free market system and a welcoming Christian worldview. Learn more about GCU's programs, competitive tuition rates, and scholarship offers from your university counselor. They're part of the supportive graduation team that takes a personalized approach to helping you achieve your academic goals, walking alongside you every step of the way. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. For more info or to enroll, visit gcu.edu. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.